taxes. Tell me a few of them. Anyone of you unmute and tell me. Anyone of you. Tell me a few types of taxes, indirect taxes rather. Few types of indirect taxes. Tell me. Unmute and tell. Pooja, tell me a few types of indirect taxes. Calling me classes. Yes, tell me a few types of indirect taxes, Pooja. Name a few indirect taxes.
Ma'am, uh, ma'am, I have no idea about it.
Yesterday you were not there in the class.
Yes, ma'am.
Then,
Ma'am,
Saurav,
I was not there yesterday.
Saurav, tell me. Name a few indirect taxes. Saurav, unmute. You are there or not, Saurav? Ma'am, I can't tell you why. Okay, so you will write your answer. Sales tax, okay. Sales tax, excise duty. Yes, yes. These are all indirect taxes. Sales tax, VAT, excise duty, customs. Then your what were the others? Then your octroi, central excise, central sales, then your all the special types of taxes like cess, then the specific taxes we will study today. Okay, so these are all indirect taxes. Now why we are studying indirect taxes in GST paper? Because all the indirect taxes, almost all, leaving aside 2 or 3, all the other taxes, all the other indirect taxes has been clubbed together in goods and service taxes. That's why we will first have to understand what were the other types, what were the indirect taxes that were clubbed. That's why we are studying the first unit in your syllabus, which is talking about all the other indirect taxes. Then specific taxes. Today we will study specific taxes. Taxes which are based on the specific quantities and attributes like length, weight and volume of the goods are called specific taxes. Now irrespective of the product type, the taxes will some taxes are also charged on the length, weight, then amount of the goods. Those taxes are called specific tax. For example, the duty on the cloth based on length in meters, then duty on sugar based on weights in kilograms. This kind of taxes will be called specific taxes. Okay. Then ad valorem taxes. Taxes which are levied entirely on the basis of money value of the goods are called ad valorem taxes. This will be taxed on the depending on the total value of the goods. Okay. So sales tax, for example, sales tax on a commodity may be levied as same person on the selling price. So suppose you are selling something and you're setting a selling price, it won't be such that first you will know the tax amount and then you can set the selling price. So your sales, rather the sales tax will be charged on the basis of the selling price that you are saying, that you are setting. So in these cases, that type of tax is called ad valorem taxes. Then import duty may be levied at 5 paise per rupee or 5% on the value of the goods being imported. What is the total volume, total value of the goods that you're importing to other countries? On that, uh, an amount, a specific amount such as 5%, 10%, or 5 paise per rupee, that of the amount, total amount of value of the goods, that will be charged. So if this is happening, then the payment of tax of the, be it in the form of sales tax or be it in the form of import duty, that will vary from person to person, isn't it? So that variation will occur in ad valorem taxes. Okay. Then what are the features of indirect taxes? Indirect taxes are levied on manufacture of goods, import of goods into India, entry of goods into local authority, local territory, purchase of goods, hiring of services. These are the certain areas on which the indirect taxes will be charged. These taxes are borne by the taxpayers but not paid directly to the government. As we had already discussed yesterday also, that indirect taxes are not paid directly to the government, rather they are paid through the buyer. Then the tax is paid before the goods reached to the hands of the taxpayers or services are enjoyed by him. Obviously, isn't it? When you buy something, you don't consume that at that moment. Once you buy, you pay the money. Along with the payment of the selling price, you are also paying the tax. But you will enjoy the service or you will consume the goods only after paying the tax. So this type of tax, that is indirect tax, is paid before the goods actually reach the hands of the payers or the service is availed by them. Before that, the tax will be paid. Then indirect taxes are levied at the time of manufacture of goods or their transfer from one hand to another. So whenever the items are getting manufactured, at that time only the indirect taxes are getting levied, and then this indirect taxes will pass on. As I told you yesterday, it will pass on from the manufacturer to the wholesaler, from the wholesaler to the retailer, and then finally from the retailer to the customer. The ultimate consumer of the good will have to bear the entire amount of tax. So the indirect taxes are levied at the time of manufacture only, or they are transferred from hand to another, from one hand to another. One hand to another means from manufacturer to wholesaler, wholesaler to retailer, retailer to consumer. Then indirect tax lacks the element of equity as they do not follow the ability to pay on the part of taxpayers. Since the taxpayers are not paying it directly to the government, so it lacks the element of equity as they do not follow the ability to pay on the part of the taxpayers. Taxpayers are paying it, but they are lacking the element of equity because as I told you, impact and incidence yesterday, impact is in one person and incidence is on one another person, so there is lacking of element of the equity in this indirect tax. Then indirect taxes form major part of government's revenue. This also I told you yesterday, that you need to pay taxes because it builds up government's revenue. This is the revenue which government utilizes and then they give services to us, like the roads they are building, the public toilets they are building, then the transport facilities which we are availing at a nominal rate. Sometimes in metro cities you see at nominal rates we can avail the transport facilities. Then all the other services that we are getting from the government, that the government is managing from the taxes that we are paying to it. Okay. So don't think that the service which you're availing is a gift from the government. You are already paying for it. Okay. Then taxpayer does not perceive a direct pinch while paying indirect taxes, isn't it? Because he's not paying it directly. He cannot show that he has paid the tax, but he is paying the tax because he is bearing the incidence, not the impact. Then tax imposed on commodities directly affects the prices of commodities. Exactly, because whatever the government will charge us as tax, that will be added to the selling price of the commodity. That's why the tax imposed on the commodity directly affects the prices of the commodities. Okay. Then what are the merits? High revenue. If you pay high revenue, high taxes means high revenue for the government and high benefits for us, although it doesn't properly happen in India. But in countries, if you go like Canada, in almost all the European countries, the government, the fact that the people are paying 50% as tax, but they are getting free medical assistance, free education from the government. So that they are paying so much to the government, and the government is returning to them also in the same proportion. But we are not seeing that in country like India, the countries which are very sorry to say, I don't want to utter this word, but unfortunately I am uttering, corrupted country like India. You cannot expect equal proportionate benefits from the government in the proportion in which you are paying the taxes to it. So, anyways, what are the merits of the indirect taxes? They will be high revenue. Indirect taxes constitute over 71% of the tax revenue. Indirect taxes are the only means for the government to augment its resources for auxiliary economic development. Okay, so don't think that you are just paying the direct taxes. It is accounting for certain percentage depending on the income which you are generating. But beyond this also you are paying so much indirect taxes to the government. Okay, every day you are purchasing something, you are paying indirectly to the government only. Now all the taxes has been clubbed together as GST. Still we are paying GST, no, so high percentage. In some product just 21% and all that. So we are paying more, actually more we are paying in form of indirect taxes more than direct taxes. So you can see the figure that indirect taxes are constituting over 71% of the tax revenue by the government, earned by the government. And indirect taxes are the only means for the government to improve its economic development position. Okay, and this is how government utilizes the taxes that are paid by you, by us, and then they give services to us, and then they boost up the economy. Convenience. Indirect taxes are more convenient to the taxpayer since tax is included in the selling price. The consumer pays the tax when he purchases the item. But direct taxes, you have to hire a tax consultant for that if you are not efficient enough in that, right? Paying direct taxes is more difficult than paying indirect taxes. Indirect taxes, so you are paying without knowing also you are paying, because you know the price of the product, you're just paying the price. But within that, you are paying the tax also. So it's very convenient to pay. Then economy in collection. Since most of the indirect taxes are collected by traders and manufacturers and passed on to the government in lump sum, government burden is reduced. Then wide scope. Every member of the community, both rich and poor, can be taxed through indirect taxes, isn't it? As I told you yesterday, I'm not paying direct taxes because I don't earn so much in Salesian College. Okay, so I'm not paying any direct tax to the government, but I'm paying indirect tax. I'm poor, but still I'm paying indirect tax, right? So this is scope is quite wide. For the government, it's very easy to collect the taxes, and starting from the rich to the poor, everybody pays indirect tax. The tax burden is not imposed onto the small section, but it is widely spread. Thus, indirect tax has wider scope. Flexibility, less tax evasion, because people will not be able to evade tax. Evade tax means bluffing. I'll not pay, I'll not show my income, I'll show my income in less volume so that I don't have to pay the taxes. That is done in direct tax. But in indirect tax, it is not possible because you have to pay the price of the product, and when you're paying the tax also. Then progressive. Indirect taxes can be made progressive by imposing lower rates of taxes or giving exemption to the necessary articles and heavy taxes on luxurious articles. Progressive. It is quite progressive. Depending on the type of the product, the tax volume is created. Then effective allocation of resources discourages the consumption of articles that are injurious to health, because you can see in alcohol the taxes are quite high. You remember the time when after lockdown for a few days the alcohol shops were reopened and people just jumped over, they were fighting to each other for buying the alcohol. But when the prices are high, taxes will be high, then few people will think maybe they will buy lesser. in lesser amount, isn't it? Then cigarettes, drugs, liquor, all type of tobacco, in those items the taxes are very high. Understood? Then demerits. This is regressive in nature because indirect taxes are charged on commodities of general consumption. Since the direct indirect is in uniform, the tax payable on commodity is same, whether it is purchased by a poor man or a rich man, isn't it? So for the poor man, it is injustice because they are also paying the same amount of tax as a rich person. Then reduces demand of goods. If taxes are high, prices will become high, and vice versa, demands will reduce. Then less productive. As indirect taxes involve many stages, the cost of collection may be high in relation to the revenue yielded. That is, it is to be collected from lakhs of people in small amounts, and large number of staffs should be employed for collection. So less productive. But whereas direct tax, you are directly paying to the government, it is directly going to the government. So that is productive. But indirect taxes involve so many people, and it involves a long chain to reach to the government. So it is less productive. Then discourages savings. Since indirect taxes are included in the selling of the commodities, people have to spend more with rise in the prices of the commodities, which discourages savings. Okay. Then discourage selective commodity. High indirect taxes on certain may discourage the production of the commodity itself because there will be less demand, and since less demand, so there will be less production. Then uncertainty. Then revenue, if it, since it is passing through a lot of chain, and it is taxed on, it is imposed on a commodity, then the demand will fall. Then obviously there will be uncertainty in the selling of the product and performance of the product. Then no civic consciousness. Indirect taxes being invisible and they are collected through middlemen like traders, they do not promote any civic sense. That means whether you are paying or somebody else is paying, that is not shown, right? Because the government is not coming to know who actually is paying the tax. Then smuggling and black marketing. It actually encourages smuggling and black marketing because in order to save taxes, more more amount of money, the many people goes into smuggling and gambling. Okay, so there's a difference between direct tax and indirect tax. Let us quickly go through it. You have already studied direct tax in your third semester. This is indirect tax that we are studying. So direct tax contribute to for 25 to 35% of total revenue, whereas indirect tax contributes 65 to 75% of total revenue. Then direct tax do not have any impact on cost and prices of goods, whereas indirect tax will lead to increase or decrease in cost of the and prices of the goods. The direct tax conforms to the principle of equity because you are paying, government is receiving, whereas and also the equal income earners are paying the same amount of money, whereas indirect tax do not encourages equity, rather it discriminates between the rich and the poor because the rich is also paying the same tax, poor is also paying the same tax in order to buy the product. Then direct tax is levied on persons who possess property or earn income. Then indirect tax is levied who spend their income or incurred expenditure. As I gave you my example, isn't it? That those who earn, they only pay. I'm not earning, I'm not paying. But indirect tax, even if I'm not earning, but I have to spend because I have to fill my tummy, no? So yeah, when I'm spending, I'm paying the tax. So it is levied on the on everyone. Then incidence of tax is directly on the taxpayer. In direct tax, the incidence is directly on the taxpayer, whereas in indirect tax, the incidence is not on the tax on directly on the manufacturer, but it falls on the consumer. Okay, then there are so many other differences. We don't have much time. I will share the PPT to you. You can later on go through it in your Moodle. I've created the course as I told you last night, so I'll start uploading from tonight itself. You can go through them. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, we are unable to see the courses in Moodle.
Today have you checked?
Yes, ma'am. Today morning.
Today morning.
Ma'am, now
Yes, ma'am. Even I checked just now.
Oh, is it? Okay, I'll see.
Yes.
I'll see. Okay, what is the problem? Okay, so I'm taking attendance. Please respond. Huh? বাবা নিয়ে যাও। Okay, please respond. Abhijit, Abhishna,
Present, ma'am.
Anurag. বাবা ভিডিও অন করে চুপচাপ বসে পড়ো। অনুরাগ, আরিয়ান, আশিস,
Yes, ma'am.
Ashmita, Nibetsna, Devrupa, Harshita, Ishika Chaudhary,
Present, ma'am.
Ishika Agarwal, Kajal,
Present, ma'am.
Kasak, Khushi, Krizan, Mahima, Mamta, Muskan Prasad, Muskan
Yes, ma'am.
Gupta,
Yes, ma'am.
Namrata, Nidhi,
Present, ma'am.
Nitesh, Parnodeep, Pawan, Prashil, Pratiksha Chetri, Pratiksha Giri, Priyanka, Pooja,
Present, ma'am.
Rajat,
Present, ma'am.
Ramkrishna, Rohit Bansal, Rohit Pandey,
Present, ma'am.
Sagar, Salina, Shalini, Shruti, Saurav, Sobhit, Supriya, Suraj, Swam, Tanya, Vinit.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. All right, you can leave the class. See you tomorrow, and I'll check what's wrong with the Moodle and let you know.